What's going on, everybody? It's me, Truck Driver Sean. Thank you for tuning in. Subscribe, motherfuckers. Alright, so what we have here is a little collection of pedals that are based on the Ampeg 140C. Yeah, I believe the exact... Fuck's sake, where did I write it down? Oh, there we go. The VH140C by Ampeg. So if you look it up on the internet, the number one thing that's going to pop up that people really rave about and say is phenomenal is this one right here. This is the VHD pedal by SNK Pedals. And beside it, I have the Flesh Rot by This Heavy Earth, which oddly enough, I put this in here because I didn't even know that's what it was a thing of until the owner Shay told me. And yes, everybody knows I love that guy, but I'm just here to be honest with how things are. I do not know how this is going to stand up. Matter of fact, the VHD I have no history with, nor do I have any history with this SPIRYTUS by PLX Effects. I do have a history with the Flesh Rot. If you see my review on that, you know I absolutely love that thing. And I'm not a death metal guy, and that thing really, really does some awesome shit. So I'm going to be running clean out of the Rev G20, which is going to give you a little bit of a sound like this. Don't get any cleaner than that shit, right? It's sexy. It's clean. Alright, so what we're going to do is I'm going to play a riff on the clean. And then everything is at noontime on these three pedals. And we're going to see what all three of those on noontime sound like in reference to one another. Alright, so here we go. Alright, so as you can tell, each one of them are all based on the VH140 by Ampeg, but they all at noontime have a little bit different flavor. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to leave them all by themselves, but we're going to leave the gain at 50% because we're running out of a clean channel. But we're going to take all the stuff like, you know, the mids, the lows, the highs, and we're going to turn that down to 25% on all of them. Level, okay, high, there we go. Da 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 da, bass, treble, middle. Alright, again, we'll play something on the clean, and then we'll go through with everything at 25%, except for the gain, and the output is at 50%. Alright, here we go. All right, as you can tell, again, they all have a little bit of a different flavor. They're all going the same place, but it's a different flavor. So this time here, instead of being at 25%, now we're going to take those settings up to 75% right across the board. I imagine we're going to get exactly the same. But, you know, you don't know if you don't know, right? All right. All right. So, again, we're going to do a clean riff. And then we'll go down to the line. Here we go. All right, so now we're going to take and put everything back in the middle, and then we're going to take the gain and see if the gain makes a big difference. And we're going to take the gain down to 25% and see what that does. But we want everything else back in the middle. Because, you know, the middle. Always put it in the middle. Because if you're off course, pee-pee will smell like poo-poo. Or you'll get a bruise on your wiener. One of the two. Alright, so again, we'll do the clean. We'll walk our way through here with gain at 25%. Everything else at 50%. Well, that's the first massive difference that we've seen so far. The VHD and the flesh rot with a gain at 25%, still a lot of gain. But the SPIRYTUS, or whatever the fuck this thing's called. I probably should have researched how to pronounce it. I butchered the language. That at 25% is horrible. It barely has any gain. So, of course, you know, if we're going to take the gain down to 25%. We're going to take it to 75%. So let's get the gain turned to 75%. We might get some squealies out of this, but, you know, science. All right, here we go. Okay, again, a massive difference. I think we can just assume now. I mean, I'm going to put the gain on 100% on all these because that's going to take you to straight doomland, I imagine. So the Spiritus is it us or os? Us, Spiritus. That's a weak motherfucker compared to the other two. I'm just gonna put that out there. But you never know, at full gorilla dick, this thing might shine. You never know. So we're gonna let these three hit this amp just like we hit your mom. Alright, here we go. Let's crank this to 100%. Full gorilla dick. Here we go. Alright, again, the Spiritus is just underperforming against the other ones. Doesn't mean it doesn't sound worse. My whole thing is you can always turn something down, but if it doesn't turn up, I mean, come on now. I mean, we live in excess, right? Well, we're going to take the gain. We're going to put the gain back on 50% because I like torturing myself. I like beating the shit out of my gear, apparently. We're going to go to 25% on the levels. You know what we're doing now. We're going to do 25%, 75%, and then if 75% isn't like tearing my shit apart, we'll go full gorilla dick. All right, here we go. Wow. That flesh rot's stupid. That is powerful as hell. Alright, so we're going to go to 75% now. I'm sure there's going to be some squealing involved in this, so please be patient. Science. Science. Okay, I'm not tearing nothing apart, so we're gonna dime these motherfuckers out, right? Let's go. Let's go. All right, we're dimed. Let's see what she do. Okay, so now seeing where the spectrum is, I will say the Spiritus, for me, I wouldn't put my money into it. It's a very expensive pedal, and it just doesn't perform as good as the SNK and the This Heavy Earth. And to be honest with you, I love my This Heavy Earth. This one is mine. I borrowed the other two, and because I'm a shit ass person, I totally forgot the people's names, which is gonna make it really interesting. I'll find out who I gotta send them back to. My fucking brain is toast. Yeah, if any of you guys have watched this, I do apologize. I'm usually much better about that, but man, my life's been a circus for a little bit. I know it's not a good excuse, but it's just the way it... Well, actually, I know the Spiritus I got from Park's Custom Pedals. And, yeah. Sorry, Park. I don't like that one. So, at the end of the day, the VHD is kind of expensive, and the flesh rot is right where it belongs in the boutique section. So you're going to save some money getting the flesh rot. And the difference between the VHD and the flesh rot, the VHD is 50% a little more smooth. Like, not as abrasive until you push it. And the flesh rot is abrasive right out of the gate. Like, it's in your face, it's coming out swinging. So if you want something that's more violent, you want the flesh rot. If you want something that's going to be a little more tame, easier to manipulate, you want the VHD. But in case you didn't notice, the noise floor on the VHD is higher than the noise floor on the flesh rot. So, for what it's worth, I say bang for your buck, the flesh rot is the one to get. Because again, you can always turn it down. At some point, you can't turn it up any higher. So if you're looking for maximum violence, you want the flesh rot. Now, the VHD it's smooth. So it lends itself, like either one of them, you're not going to lose. They're both phenomenal. But you're playing death metal. Do you want something that looks like it's like something that controlled the stuff for 70s porn? I mean, come on, the flesh rot is amazing. So, yeah, that's all I got to say about that. And I'm staring at these buttons like there's something else I should be doing. Let's dime everything to 100% on all of these and see what happens. Why not, right? Fuck it. Let's crank up. Yeah, right there, son. 100%. We go 100%. We're here. We might as well do it, right? I mean, Rev makes good quality stuff. I'm not going to blow that amp up. Oh, this is going to be fucking nuts. Hold on to your assholes, boys. It's going to be a bumpy one. Well, there you have it. Full Gorilla Dick Jones. And that showed us something else. If you want to crank it to 100 and you don't want your equipment to sound like it's got a like boiling water and a chainsaw coming after you at the same time, use a SPIRYTUS. Because that, at full Gorilla Dick, everything at 100% is about what these two are at 30%. Again, you can always turn it down, but at some point you can't turn it up high enough. Now, as far as the VHD and the flesh rot, this is where extreme violence, if you want extreme violence, like you want violence, angry, swarm of bees coming at you, you're gonna die. You want the flesh rot. Because that pedal is just, I'd say it's too much, but it's not, because you can turn it down. Extreme violence. And again, the VHD is just smooth. It takes you to full nasty, snotty, Swedish death metal shit. It takes you there. It gets you there. You sound phenomenal. But if you want extreme violence, if you want noisecore, you want just violence, you want the type of shit that you think you're Eddie from motherfucking Stranger Things, but you're like the Eddie that's like, hey, demon dude, let's party with your mom. And you like go in there and you're slipping your pinky in his mom's butthole. You're like, look at that demon. I got your mom's fucking shit hot right there on my pinky. You want the flesh rod. If you want to hug him, you want the VHD. If you want to die, like you want to die, like you don't want to protect yourself, you do not want to stand ground, SPIRYTUS. It's that easy. Told you guys I'd get a little reference on Stranger Things in there. Which, by the way, fuck everybody told me to watch that show. Man, that's an infuriating show to watch. But I keep watching, so I guess they're doing something right. Anyhow, thank you all for tuning in, putting up with my my absolute idiocism. And for God's sakes, check these fuckers out. Let's see if I can get this in here a little closer for you, so you can get a good look at them. Look at those sons of bitches right there. All right? The purple one is, if you can't read, is the VHD. All right? The one in the middle is the flesh rot. And the one on this other side of the flesh rot is the SPIRYTUS. All right? Very cool. And, yeah. Catch you guys in the next video. Later. Keep music evil. Know what I'm saying? Bring metal to the children. Write this down in case you're forgetting. All right? Keep music evil. Bring metal to the children. And most importantly, don't be a dick. Subscribe to my shit. Later.